Last time... Wait, let me close that window. Last time we left our heroes behind in the little town... Oh, what was the old town called again? In the Swadlands. Good old Carrick. Communications were set abroad, plans were schemed, and now action was to be taken. Well, perhaps you do not necessarily intend to stop the Zulgath in their path. There is no shame in taking a little training exercise done by stopping an invasion of innocent people who are not in the way of their plans, and I still do not understand why taking siege of the town is part of their plan. I'll tell you why it's part of their plan. I mean, don't forget that their boss got taken over by Evil Man. He's dead.
Nasty bad evil man.
So it's entirely possible that whoever made him undead is like, I want to go into town.
I want to raise some shit.
Going to Willowside is not going to be very... it's going to be a nice precursor to what it's going to be like in the Black Desert. Because something known as the Welt, originating from the western edge of Dunmire, which gradually spread into the forest sheltering Willowshire, it's fucking terrible. Oh, the willows that gave it its name are pretty much gone. And the Welt is spreading. The funny thing is that for reasons I don't understand, the book never actually shows me what the Welt looks like. It's just, there's a Welt. Okay, what does it look like? Like, what is this wasteland?
It's Welt shaped.
It looks like a welt.
Give me a moment. Is this the Welt?
Yeah,
Is this cool Badlands? Is this what the Welt is?
What's up, Bella?
It has well-defined welt qualities.
Anyway. Jesus, that looks like a jungle, not like a temperate forest, which is where... Nah, you're too far north to be tropical. You're above a desert, technically speaking. Although Absalom probably has that Mediterranean climate. You know, a shaky butt. That Mediterranean climate. You should all be level 13.
Yep.
Took care of that a few sessions ago, if I recall correctly. But, just making sure. You also should have taken care of your shopping. Since you've had adequate time to shop around Carrick and absorb finances.
Yeah, I was putting a whole bunch of stuff into my ammo last time.
Delightful. Marvelous. Wow. I love how the standard arrival is you arrive, and the first thing that happens is you get to recruit someone for your circus. Still hammering on that, are they?
Remember the circus?
A lot of people.
Remember when that was relevant?
Remember the circus whose only integration is, hey, you want to hire some? I mean, book 1 and 2 did a good job. They actually made it a part of it. Book 3 just... There is a map for Willowside. I hope it's actually imported. It probably isn't. Because this thing... Oh, it does, in fact, import Willowside. Cool. Oh god, it does that thing where the whole legend off the... You'll see what I mean in a bit. The point is that after spending several weeks preparing, organizing everything, seeing your friends off into the sunset as they head over to Absalom to do some groundwork and pack the dirt, you yourself soon enough set off to Willowside. I don't know how far Willowside is. Honestly, I'm a little in the dark how exactly on the geographical map you travel, but... What's this? Oh, probably that. Okay. Eventually, as you sail across the 7 seas, you've made your way to Willowside. The second you arrive, you are greeted by an individual who, mayhap, you sort of you see the family resemblance at the very least. Because once your boat arrives at the pier and like the gangplank is dumped onto the pier itself, a lady with a similar fashion sense and a similar sense of sleeplessness approaches you as Opera Vandy back when you arrived in Carrick.
Hello.
She holds out her hand and wishes to shake each of yours before she gets to her own topic. It's kind and lovely to see that finally some help has arrived. Do you have any idea how hard it is to mobilize anyone from Absalom?
Yeah, we've been hearing that.
I imagine the paperwork takes weeks.
Oh, it has been weeks, and they haven't done a thing. The siege has slowly been building up its forces. We don't know how long we have until they will plan to make their true move and storm us. And that isn't even the least of our troubles, really.
Oh?
Indeed. There have
Actually,
been
encroaching army is
people have been having strange dreams. For one, there have been attacks on nearby farms. It's all quite regrettable. Let me take one more look. What exactly is this building? Where's the details on this? There's also a gambling house that apparently got utterly smacked. I don't know how to feel about the sentence because this is such a modern interpretation of the law. It makes me fucking shit a brick. Gambling is historically illegal in Willowside. Decades ago, the enterprise gets built fortune out just far enough to be away from. What the fuck are you talking about? This is a medieval society. What do you mean outside of Willowside jurisdiction? You would just say they're not part of this village. They're over there, and over there takes care of itself.
Thank you, Superman.
Jesus Christ, Mary, you sound like you come from the big town and you live here because you want to own on these peasants. Oh. The point is that this town has lots of problems. Between the dinosaur siege, apparently suffering from dreams that, the best she can tell, has to do with the summoning of some kind of old one. And I don't know. There's like a whole bunch of Fae taking over the gambling hall, as Fae tend to do. There's plenty of work for you to do, kids.
Great.
Yeah. I mean,
our town used to have defenders, the lovely Banyan boys. Legally distinct from the Banyan boys, even though I'm quite certain that Paul Bunyan's doesn't really have a copyright. It probably falls on the public domain. But, God damn it, Pizer, if you're gonna do it, just don't make it that obvious. Change 2 letters, too. That's what you usually do anyway. Normally, our fine pals, the Banyan boys, would take care of it, but they've been a little disorganized as of late.
Why are they disorganized? What's been going on?
Well, for one, 2 of them appear to have fallen quite ill under these strange circumstances. The remaining one has been arguing with a recent arrival in this town.
I have a bad feeling about that recent arrival.
Yes, there have been lots of strangers coming to this place of late. People have seen a dragon circle overhead, a mysterious hooded stranger, and then an iron-clad man who speaks in riddles and rhymes.
Oh
no.
fun.
He said that he was sent by the official jurisdiction of Absalom, but he hasn't done a lot so far.
He never
sounds
does.
about right.
I typically you have to tell him that evil is afoot, and then like he'll be like, "Oh, well, I'll be right on that."
Then he goes like a mermaid man. Evil! He jumps on top of Fuyu. Evil! Alright, kids.
To bed.
She offers to escort you. I don't know who's blowing into the mic so much, but ease it up on that.
That'd be Bella.
What?
Well, she will escort you to town, and then you can sort yourself out, and she can point you in the right direction, and you'll take care of it. She got the impression from her relative that apparently you're very, very good at just doing your job without talking to people too much, so she'll just leave you to it once you get going.
Unfortunately, we're going to be talking to some people, and it's going to be exciting.
Also, quick question before we go: you haven't heard any rumors about a hag, around the area?
Not that I know of.
Just throwing the
If you
idea
mean
out
that
there.
anyone is dying from dreams, I assure you that that's not what happened. This is different.
Okay.
Let me actually look it up, because this does have like a little lovely rollable table, which gives me the perfect inspiration. Here you go. The dreams involve lightning storms, lakes, endless lakes, stars in the sky vanishing, water that's knee-deep and rising fast, giant tails with 3 talons on the tip. Gosh. Sounds like a hoot.
Yeah. You probably better go find those new arrivals real quick before.
Being led
There's
down
a
the
lot of things that are going to happen.
being led down the path, you will almost instantly stumble across a vivid, vibrant, and energized discussion. One might even call it a Mexican standoff of sorts between four parties. Tomb of Humst you almost immediately recognize as Solace Creek, who has a sword pointed outwards, which would look ridiculous if you weren't aware of the fact that he could also shoot laser beams from that thing. Also involved is Astriax, as you would imagine. He holds out his stick, ready to bonk someone if they get too close. Odds are he probably also has a spell up his sleeve. If I recall correctly, in Pathfinder, no, you can't. I love that they preempted the question. You can't ready spells, therefore they don't have to make rules for what happens to spell slots when you ready them. They're going to go 5, you're going to go 3.5, who knows? Because they don't allow it. If you quicken a spell, can you ready it? Oh, there's a question. There's someone you don't know, who honestly looks
Well,
like
you're breathing really hard into the mic still.
I am.
yeah, like, I can pretty much give you some doctor's advice on that breathing.
Oh.
What are
I'll
the...
just hold my breath.
Don't die, Bella.
Another individual present is... You're... Being shirtless is not like a fashion trend you've been aware of so far, other than maybe farmers who work the fields, which is fair enough. But this man walks around shirtless, with striped blue pants, you know, the fashion of the adventure path. And he has weapons on his back, and a sword at his side, strongly implying that he may in fact be a troublemaker of some sorts.
He just loses the shirt. Like, every time he goes anywhere, he just loses it. He has to
He
know
gave
how.
up on his shirt, if anything. Finally, there's an individual you don't quite recognize, but they do look vaguely familiar. A catfolk who's walking around, well, mostly covered up. The four of them seem to be having a lovely argument, which happens when individuals of four very different alignments meet, and they're expected to sort of work together as the only remaining people in town who can actually take care of trouble.
Oh, no.
Solace
Very
Creek
good
yells at them that they must take care of business right away. Storm into the siege and take care of them one at a time. For it is when good wax wheat, weeds that evil cannot grow.
What?
Just don't think about it.
Listen, he's a man of
I'm
great wisdom.
thinking about it now.
He has great wisdom. You're just not smart enough to understand it. Asterix, on the other hand, is constantly arguing that the situation requires a more precise approach and that it would be better to slowly but surely move outwards, starting with the underwater tunnels and caverns, which sounded most dangerous. In the meantime, the last guy's like, no, we must go to Fortune's Hall and take care of business there. It is only reputable to take care of local business first. The final lady is just yelling at all of them for being a bunch of idiots who should just get going already.
That's
Okay,
fair
that
enough.
sounds familiar.
You know how in some games, like the Pokemon selection screen, this is kind of that. It's like, hey, listen, there are 4 companions you can take with you, but you can also split up and have one group take care of something else, provided it's not a main quest location, because I don't want to rob you of all your fun, treasure, and experience.
Oh boy, I love main treasure and experience.
What I
I was
primarily mean is that
definitely-
someone should be keeping an eye on the siege at all times, and that'll be what the remainder does. When you
Okay, so
arrive,
we should probably get
2 of them almost, Astriax and Solace Creek to be specific, are almost immediately like, ah, good friends, you have come. Great, you finally arrived. Can you tell these idiots to shut up?
Listen, I don't think gods could make Solace shut up.
Solace waves
We've
his
tried.
hand. Do not listen to this foul cretin. His evil manners. He listens to the words of Tiamat.
I mean, he's helped us out a lot, though. I mean, honestly, I'd kind of say he's a buddy at this point. Are we friends, Astriax?
Astrax does not know. He hasn't had many friends.
That's deep.
That's just sad, if anything.
Also that. It can be both. So, yeah, I think we should not fight each other.
It's a big call.
I know, it's a tough one.
Are you
I
certain
think
these
you'd be
individuals
for
would
the
curse this
best.
town 2 decades of worshipping the worst of dragons? And then the individual who hasn't introduced himself begins yelling, oh, as if your Absalom centrist ideals are any better.
Also, hi, we don't know you yet. Who are you?
He
Yeah, we
puts
haven't
his
met.
hand on his chest and his chest outwards, and honestly, you're surprised that anyone can act more like a hero than Solace Creek.
Oh,
I am
God.
Lyric Banyan, part of the legendary Banyan Boys, keeping
it's your
Willowside
brother.
safe from all of the greatest dangers of the Welt and beyond.
Oh, yeah, we heard you guys were being kind of incompetent and not really helping anybody lately.
It is not my fault that my great allies have fallen victim to, well, nothing but terrible nightmares. And honestly, the lack of a gambling hall has not helped their morale.
I don't think gambling is a good thing in general. We're circus folk. We know what that crap's like.
Why save a gambling hall? Such is a seeding ground of evil. We must strike the siege at the heart while we can.
Really, there's a little, gambling between friends, and
Yeah, but organized gambling, we all know that's rigged. We've been part of that being rigged.
that is a lie. I am not part of any of that. I refuse to believe.
You gotta believe.
So, yeah, Solace, this is Astriax. He's actually pretty. Yeah, he's okay. He hasn't
He's a
tried to kill
good
us.
guy.
You would
We made
And
different
not trying to
opinions.
kill us has been a good start.
Yeah. It's better than most.
My goodness. I'll leave you alone for a few weeks and you've changed the side of evil.
To be
Actually,
fair,
met him
we-
before you.
Yeah, we met him before we met you. So, know.
And he's been helping us, save the towers that have been faltering.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's actually been showing up a lot, and he does a lot.
without his assistance, we wouldn't have been able to clear out the evil gripping the Swad lands.
I have indeed heard of something happening over there as of recently. But of course, my focus is here. He sweeps his hand.
Yeah, I feel like he does that every time he talks.
Listen, sitting still's for nerds. For evil. Well then.
So, yeah. Also, hi, cat person.
She doesn't really seem too responsive. Mr. Banyan speaks up again. Instead of arguing here, we should be taking care of business already. We don't have time to wait. We must go.
But where do you want to go? Because we only have so many people.
Well, we should go to the gambling hall, of course, and clear it out. And then we should see about this whatever business that's going on. The nightmares are located somewhere in a... Well, best I can tell, there's some sort of waterside cavern filled with less than living occupants.
Really nice.
Wait, so the nightmares are from there?
Probably.
So we know where they're coming from? Oh.
But what about the siege, guys? Because there's a siege going on.
Well, that's a half. Yeah, there's just word siege.
Yeah, the siege is building up, but at the moment there seems to be a lot of problems going on in and around town that are kind of disabling defenses.
Yeah, it seems
So-
like we have time for, side quests.
realistically, we should probably focus on the smaller targets first to gather allies and resources to make the siege a little easier when that happens. So, taking care of either the nightmares or the gambling hall would probably be where we should start.
Oh my goodness, the Bunyans even have a clubhouse.
Oh my
man.
god, they're such dorks.
We've got a tree house with a
wish
little "No Girls Allowed" sign hanging out the front.
I wish I was kidding, but it's literally a numbered location. Oh my god, I love this. The Banyan Clubhouse features an unusually large amount of doors, hallways, and secret passageways. Great. So their house is a Swiss cheese.
They got secret passages. But they're
Delightful.
very badly hidden, like a sign just or a curtain hanging over a very obvious door. Just says "No door here" written on it.
Delightful.
Personally, I think going after the source of the bad dreams would be a priority. Mostly
Yeah.
because I'm also trying to stay in favor of
Yeah,
Lady Desna, and that is a corruption of the night, and I do not approve.
that is a good point. She is the dream lady, and if we can deal with some dreams, we can probably get a little bit of reputation on your side.
Hey,
Very well. You managed to convince them to, at the very least, lay down their arms and come along and discuss this somewhere a bit less salt-smelling, because you are like directly adjacent to the ocean.
Also, there's just a lot of salt from these salty people.
Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba.
Hey,
The mayor shows you to a lovely little inn called the Hooked Inn. Ain't that just delightful? The light-hearted name of this inn is somewhat at odds with the demeanor of its gruff keeper, the elderly half-elf. Oh, Como would love it. Varinta Irenesi. Ooh. It's one of the few eateries in the place. Unfortunately, it's also one of those places that probably suffered when the giant welt began. It also usually has a few performers, keeping the mood light and steady. You all sit around the table. You have a map rolled out that I don't get of the local area.
no.
But you don't
would
get
they
the
not-
map?
There's no
Why
there's
would
no
they-
local area map of the map of Willowside, yes, but not a map of like what the siege and where everything is placed. For some reason, they didn't consider that important in a siege. I don't know. I think the thought skills, strategies, and tactics are kind of important to the circumstances, but whatever.
Yeah, it's kind of one of the most important bits of planning a siege is having the big map with all the little guys on it. You're like, well, they're going to be coming from this angle and this angle, so we need to fortify
Yeah, we gotta
defenses.
do like the thing with our hands, where we like slide the little action figures around.
Anyway,
Like your hand.
the
That stick thing.
what is the Verdant Passage? That's a name I haven't seen yet. Oh, I love names I haven't seen. Verdant Passage. Is that just where the tower hooks up?
It's a screen.
It's a passage with trees.
Screams of the Verdant Moon. Now that's one hell of a name. Jesus, this thing really loves talking about that book of screaming.
Ah,
Oh, the Verdant
That was a
Passage.
good sign.
Verdant Passage has been blockaded. Oh no. Ah. The Verdant Passage is a way to leave this place, allowing individuals to. It's apparently at least to Carrick. And everything. It connects up to the rest of the world, aka. It also is probably. No, Fortune's Hall is probably the direction you have to go to get to the tower of the area. So, yes, bad news, kids. The town is sieged in a terrible way, namely a permanent blockade. Let's see. There's also a blockade on the East Road, which, as mentioned, blocks off Fortune's Hall, so you're going to have to beat through that at some point. If you want to go and gamble. Or help the gamblers with their Fey problem. There's...
Bury those cookies or something.
There have been efforts to slowly but surely build up a blockade around the Pier Road, but something has been scaring them off, and they're honestly not very happy about the fact that something like that exists at all. To put it bluntly, what exactly? Oh, that's great. People just die out there.
Oh.
Like, people have seen Zolgath approach and then just their head gets chopped off like with a cleaver.
Oh,
Yeah.
probably not good.
In addition, they've set up dinosaur corrals. They've set up enclosures for their finest fiends and everything. Like, scouting has been done by the Banyan boys. They know what's up. They got huts full of gugs. You know, those four-armed guys who have mouths for heads.
Wait,
Keep forgetting
Bunions
those are
have the
guys.
gugs, or the Zolgas have gugs?
The Zolgath have gugs. They
Okay,
also
it
have
Okay,
fiends
sounds
and
I'll-
yeah.
dinosaurs.
The way you said it,
Yeah.
it kind of sounded like the Bunyan boys had it.
Now they've been doing some scouting work, gathering intelligence.
For sure, all they have is like a big blue box.
All of their efforts also appear to be concentrated around a very specific thing, namely their large siege tower that presumably is going to besiege the fancy Aeon Stone Tower, which does not have an Aeon Stone.
Why would they even bother?
It's great. As per
Okay.
usual, this system uses special point tabulation systems to determine if you're doing good.
Hooray.
You lose defense points if people die or things get fucked up. You gain them by breaking apart their things.
That makes sense.
What does it do? If they reach 0, the Zolgath hordes have unfettered access to rampage through town. There's too many for you to
Oh,
fight, and Willowside just fucking dies. Oh, I love this. They kill a third of the residents each day.
Jesus.
I wonder how many days it'll take to kill all of them.
Exactly a third. They count them on the census.
Though I have to ask the question about that though. If they kill a third of them each day, is that like cumulative third? Like, do they kill a third of the remainder, or do they kill a third of the maximum total?
Well, if you want to find out, you'll have to let the town die, so go for it.
We just sit there for like a week watching.
Listen, the mathematics are too
Making a
important here.
census of survivors.
So, are you gonna help us? Yeah. When the numbers make sense, I
So-
need to figure out the numbers.
So to give you the long and short of it, the problems in terms of the siege are the main encampment, the Gug huts, the Fiend enclosure, the dinosaur corrals, the fact that there's something at the pier itself, like there's sea serpents in the pier. They've been attacking some boats. Your boats seem to have gotten lucky since you didn't get thrown off. But that's mostly because I don't want to be the guy who's like, oh, we're on a boat, we're going to get attacked by water monsters, aren't we, GM? And I'm like, no, please.
Oh, every single campaign, the DM says get on the boat, you're going to die.
To put it bluntly, a resupply ship will probably get completely smashed if it decides to show up, because unlike you, where you just offload your shit and you're done, those boats take a while to offload. In addition, apparently there's some sort of scary invisible monster haunting the pier road. There's the blockages on the Verdant Passage in the East Road. So, there's plenty to do in terms of the siege. The Fortune Hall's overtaken by delightful monsters. What were they again? Yeah, Fae, lovely. And finally, of
boy.
course,
See,
there's the problems under the land itself.
See, now it seems like, dealing with issues of fortification and sea is a little more important than the dreams, but
I
what do
mean,
y'all
but
think?
fixing the dreams would give us more people.
In addition, these dreams sometimes cause people to wake up tired, and that's not good if you want to hold up a defense.
Yeah.
True.
Not to mention the fact that this might not have made clear. When they say sea caves, they mean sea caves you can access through like the basement of the general store. If there are undead down there, that also sounds like a security issue.
Yeah, that sounds bad. If there's just a whole bunch of caves underneath the city crawling with undead and causing horrific nightmares to everybody,
As you do.
probably should get rid of that.
Alright. And yeah, we'll go handle the dreams. Who should we take with us?
If we're going for the dreams, I'd say probably Astriax. He's the wizard.
By the way, another reason to go to the Fortune's Hall is that some very important people live there.
Wow.
So yeah.
Yeah, we will have to go
Right.
there eventually. But
All right,
we'll
kids.
do this.
I'm gonna slap the table a few times. Where do you go? Who do you take? And who gets to do like the remaining
Well,
Keep
we were
the
just
things-
talking about the going for the
Secrets.
dreams first, because that's gonna be important.
Yeah.
And my
Okay.
suggestion is to bring Astriax.
My suggestion, as much as y'all would not like it, is that if you're going to smite evil, you kind of want Solace.
I want someone who will hit.
If you want,
He hits evil. We've seen him. He hit evil.
Yeah, except when we're needing him to hit the evil.
they've seen what happens the one time he actually hits someone.
Yeah.
Anyway, the fine
Yeah, the one
catfolk
time we
introduces
didn't-
herself as Nightingale.
Oh, hello.
She's a
Nice.
she's a bard. So let me lay it out for you. Asterix, blaster control. I've already put it down. You could read it yourself.
Yeah.
Nightingale is
Yeah.
a bard. She can inspire you to greater successes if that's what you want. She's also been doing her fair share of research on the Zolgath. So if you require that kind of assistance, she can give it. Solace is great if you want a tank or a companion flanker.
Or we could
Letheric is
go
also
with
good for
Invis.
flanking and also great for causing quite a ruckus.
He's a swashbuckler.
Don't forget that he does bonus damage if other people can see him, because he's just like that.
You can tell
Wait,
he's a
what
swashbuckler
class
by the
feature gives him
sass.
that? Because I want
Just-
that one for Kujan.
It might have been one of the things you select like at the beginning, like your lessons or.
So you are going
Whatnot.
to take the kobold, was it?
I
Nightingale
mean, that's
begins.
my suggestion.
Yeah. Well,
What do you
unless
say?
you would like to accompany us.
No, it's fine. I can handle these two boys.
You,
Are you
you
sure? That one's kind of a handful, and a point to Solace like directly at his face.
Yeah, we're not doubting you specifically.
I am well aware of how many hands full he is.
He has a very broad chest.
That's a lot of hands.
Yeah. gonna need two for each titty, honestly.
Marvelous. In addition, these guys will basically spend some time. Oh my god, I love this. These idiots will spend some time building up barricades, traps, setting up situations, scouting out the bad guys.
Real quick, I'm going to post a true fact right here.
Give me the facts.
Wow,
Jesus Christ.
that's a
Yeah,
lot
there's
of pizzas.
There's
Thanks,
a
Claire.
American who eats 2 million pizzas.
Yeah,
Pizza's-
it doesn't say
pizza's
every
Georg.
American. It says and, just one.
Pizza's Georg is an outlier and should not be counted.
I also shown that true fact about American. An American, so I had to share it.
Yeah. Plan is go to the sea caves first, get rid of whatever's causing the nightmares.
Delightful. Don't
Take
worry.
Astrax, cast spells, and is good.
Good boy.
I figured
Okay.
Astriax would be great because this seems like the kind of situation we want to mage.
Astrax, you idiot. You have dark vision.
We
Dummy.
all have dark vision.
No, but Astrax has the darkest vision because he has normal dark vision. You guys have light vision. You see colors and everything. You are shown to the basement of a lovely little general store owned by a lady called Santil Caffron, which is a really fancy name for a lady who owns a general store. Every single crate and box in her basement is labeled and organized. Her handwriting is quite neat. In the back of the basement sits this rusty, old, dusty door. It has an ornate metal padlock with a... It's open, and there's a on the handle. It's great, isn't it?
Wait, so is the lock busted open?
She tells you that she actually gave the Banyan boys the key so they could do some exploration down there.
Oh.
She's never been there herself. She always felt uncomfortable getting too close to that door. Like there's something beyond it of great evil.
I mean, yeah, look at it.
Then
It's
Saul
kind of
shows up
scary.
and starts telling evil at me again.
Aztec steps forward. You have no light sources, by the way, so he sees everything in black and white, and the ladies at the top of the stairs with like a torch at best.
We
Well,
actually
I'll,
have an Everbrain torch in our bag. We brought it with us.
I'll lock the basement door behind you, so just knock if you wish to leave.
Wait,
Alright,
I have an
thank you.
ever-burning torch.
Yeah, but doesn't mean you need to have it out.
Yeah.
Like, that thing doesn't emit light through your backpack. It mostly goes through the seam. So if you want to take it out, you can.
I'm just saying that we do technically have a light source. If you
mean,
need it.
You don't really need it.
That's
You can literally just look.
All of us can see in the dark.
Okay, I love this part. Oh no, wait, that's a religious symbol. Where's the ever-burning torch? Can you hold that with one hand? Oh, cool. Now we can actually keep track of that. I wonder when this system will allow you to have multiple hands. More than two, I mean. Anyway,
because
Estrex walks up to the door and goes, well, are we going or what?
the game's paused.
I always forget about that part.
Whee.
Listen, I know there's a giant spinning icon at the bottom, but it just becomes background noise. By the way, don't
Yeah,
forget we're using different
outline.
resolve points and different hero points. Hero points are used to instantly get a success on whatever you're trying to do, instead of rerolls and all that funny business. You get them the same way as usual. Roll a 1 at the beginning of the session, doing some really cool shit. That's not a dice roll, but actually like being smart. And finally, we're doing different resolve, namely, resolve, anyone can use steal your resolve, and resolve usage is instant, not 10 minutes, you just get it all back, but you don't get it back in a long rest. You get it back 1 point per session, and 2, you get them back when, just like with hero points, you do something neat, but not quite that neat.
So they're like mini hero points.
They're like mini hero points. They give you a lot of extra oomph.
Yeah.
Alright, kids. Astrax is not going to
Oh,
push
lost.
this because you're usually the ones who take the
wait,
initiative on
wait.
these matters.
Dizzy.
We lost Dizzy.
I can't believe Dizzy fucking died. Oh no,
Dizzy's just
Australia
gone
has
forever.
fallen. Even the internet has died. God dang it, Claire.
Yep, this is Claire. Claire did this.
I don't get this.
Actually, Durabel forced me to bully Claire more today than usual.
Yeah, I did not get elaboration on what that was. Dizzer.
Okay. So
Okay.
before we continue, I'll explain why I had to bully Claire harder today. So I was talking to Durabel, and I mentioned we were talking about Claire because we both talked to Claire. And I was like, she can't talk sometimes. Like there are words that Claire just straight up can't say right, like crayon. And Durabel's immediate response was, "Does she goddamn say crown?"
Yeah, I knew someone in high school that was like that. Couldn't say crayon
Does she
properly.
say crown?
Yeah, she says
She said-
crown.
I'm snapping her in half next time I see her.
Like a
I
crayon.
don't think that's a
I'll
regional
snap her over
dialect.
my knee.
I don't know what region it would be though, because no accent I know of in America has
It's
that
not
as
an
a
accent, she's just
woman.
dumb.
Yeah,
Okay, that's what I was disagreeing with Bella for.
I'm in Australia and I've encountered that.
So fun fact, because your entire vision is relying on dark vision, I just see the map's just still just dark for me. So I'll turn on my special GM dark vision mode.
Boop, 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 boop,
Night
boop.
vision goggles on.
Yeah. I mean, that's pretty much what it is. It's like, hey, you want to make the
And
map
then you
dark?
get the little sandfisher. Boing.
Oh. Let's
The
take a look-see.
loudest stealth ever.
The door from Sentinel's basement leads to a much larger... Another much larger with a hyphen?
That should not be hyphenated.
Much larger room filled with old boxes and crates. Everything is covered in dust, and it's making it clear the room has not been used in many years. Don't know where the dust comes from. The ceiling, probably. A broken door leads to the north, and a large door hangs open to the west. There is no door on the map. Budget cuts. Steep stairs are carved into the natural rock passage to the west from the larger doorway, which itself emits the whole hallway emits the smell of seawater. These are sea caves, after all. Dampness fills the room, making it rather cold and clammy. All these are labeled Kozern's General Store.
Oh. So these are like from before.
From before,
Trap
like
House?
way before, because the Coffins have owned the general store for several generations by this point.
Jesus.
Which is probably the preamble you got when you walked in here, because you know how people are. They're like, oh, this is the history of my store, so you know this stuff before you go down there.
They do like sharing that at stores a lot.
You notice that there are like 4 large swaths of tallow, you know, the candle stuff on the barrels.
Yeah, rendered animal fat.
And once you enter the room, they begin to wiggle and become aggressive.
Great.
No.
I'm gonna punch them.
Pause again. Pause again in case you.
Do not punch ooze.
Gotta punch to go.
Why did it not set you to combat mode?
I do wonder. Speaking of things vaguely like ooze, Dizzy.
That's me.
What happens if you punch pudding? Like not you
Make
pudding,
pudding.
but general pudding.
You make pudding sad.
Poor put.
Don't be mean to Putty.
Poor put.
See, this is why I said not you pudding, because I wanted to make sure you knew I wasn't punching.
Just a widow pudding. The tallow oozes have begun to undulate towards you, pseudopods forming to grisp. If these things hit you, they'll probably make you extremely greasy.
I don't like that. So we should probably go for initiative.
Yeah,
That's what
there we
happened.
got it.
Wow.
It's your turn, Ruby. The marker's under you.
Yeah, the game's loading.
Oh no.
My course of action would probably be to move towards whatever one's closest, and then.
Well, there's actually
hit
one
it with
already in
my
reach.
blade.
Actually, most of them are already in reach because you have reach with your big slicing stick. Oh. So,
Well-
slice and dice it is.
I mean, I learnt my lesson from slicing slimes that time we dealt with the black pudding.
Oh no.
So I'm going in with my maul. I'm gonna clobber these things.
In that case, you take out your maul. I'm gonna take out my gun. All right. Let's swap your inventory around. First, hot streak. It's just one. Crushing weight is the one that's held in one hand. Oh wait, it's a maul. It's two-handed, right?
Yeah, two-handed.
I'm dumb. I'm very dumb. Sorry.
I use two-handed weapons.
I prefer
you're
to
big.
grasp both firmly. Do not power attack. Make a strike. Oh, the strike even has a little action icon so that you don't forget. Oozes are super easy to hit. Unfortunately, I think most oozes are also immune to critical hits, so
And that's the joke.
that's the fucking joke. The ooze splats under the hit of your maul, but much of it remains. Astrax is going to do some minor thinking. Unfortunately, he can't see the color of the oozes, so he's kind of identifying with a disadvantage here. Are these made of tallow? Are they made of anything else? The color of the ooze is really all you got to go off of, don't you? So you see them and you're like, oh, those are obviously candle wax. He's like, I don't know. Oh, he's also not good with occultism. Cool. Guess he won't be doing an identification. Well,
Great. Thanks, Astrax.
thanks, Paizo, for making them into that. What makes sense to use on these boys? Oh, I mean, you could boil their blood. That just seems like a weird thing to do on a slime.
I was gonna say, do they have blood?
My blood boils.
It makes my blood boil. Well, you can't use Fireball without burning you up, Ruby. He doesn't want to do that, so... I guess we'll just stick to a cantrip and see how well that works out. Cantrip, go! Hit the tallowed ooze. What are we looking at? Attack roll. I don't use this very often. Critical. Doesn't matter. It seems the ooze does not like to be melted, as you would imagine candle wax would be. Oh, Jesus Christ, 320? These things are tough. What the fuck?
It's a
that-
big number.
They're level 11 and they have 320 hit points. What the fuck is the deal with these
What the
undead?
frick?
Oh, they're zombies. That's why. Gotcha. Fuyu.
Zombie.
Okay. Well, now I know that they don't like fire. So I got something for that.
The melt easy, because they are wax.
Wow.
3 action. Scorching Ray.
Yay.
Pew pew. 3 different
So that's
targets.
3 targets. So I'm gonna go for this guy, and this guy, and this guy.
Cool. That guy has greater cover, but it's a fucking slime. Who cares? It's a jiggling
And I
ooze
don't get my multiple attack penalty.
until the end.
This is how the
Yes.
spell. So
I'm
first
surprised
attack
they
roll.
didn't do that, considering how much they don't like spellcasters. That, despite everything, still hits.
Now the middle one.
That hits.
That's critical.
But don't matter.
And the one on the left.
They're all hits.
Damn. Wait, that can't be right.
You have to did he upcast it
You
on
have
the
to,
right
yeah,
level?
you have to use the 46 button, unless you're heightening it, in which case you have to use a different one.
Okay. 46 bucks. The what?
Yeah. Ain't that some shit?
Wow, 3 ones.
Yeah. That would have been a delicious 5 if you were rolling for stats.
I am so glad I'm not rolling for stats with that. Okay, I'm done. That was all 3 actions.
Oh, they roll damage once? Okay, gotcha.
Do I roll damage once or do I roll multiples? I thought it was once. I'm not sure though.
We'll move on. Oh, Laura, what do you have to give?
Well, I was seeing Astrias wiggling and looking at the dudes, but being all frustrated. So I'm gonna identify these dudes.
Occult, please.
Yes, sir. And just hang with that. Okay.
I mean, the one thing you would know is that candles aren't... Because you failed your roll technically, but you would know that candles aren't acidic. So odds are it's just going to batter you.
Ah,
But that's one
And
action, and that's all you figure out.
Yeah.
I mean, Talos is kind of a weird thing to have around anyway.
and since I don't know whether this will work, and I'm just gonna try it out at first. Gonna hit with the divine lance on one furthest in the back.
Your divine lance strikes the ooze, and you are soon reminded oozes are mindless, and therefore probably neutral and entirely immune to alignment damage.
Worth the shot.
It really wasn't.
It's what, well, it's what Alora does.
It's all I've got. Divine casters are bad at this. This ooze goobles over to good old-fashioned Astrax and tries to hit him. No, you know what? It's going to try to engulf him. It wiggles aggressively towards Astrax. He's like, oh no, I'm getting gooed. He dives out of the way as this glob slides across the floor and leaves this thin film of grease wherever it goes.
Yuck.
Oh, this is hilarious. Oh, this is... Oh. Oh. What the fuck? That's greasy. Oh no.
Oh no.
There's something I just learned that makes this very fun.
I'm scared.
Yep. Anyway, that's Grease's turn. It turns out that melting the grease definitely does damage it. It causes it to run and lose some of its mass. It also makes it faster since it's now made of semi-molten wax. Goo goo. And so they begin beating the crap out of the tastiest looking thing in the room, which is apparently the fire lady.
Looking for a hot meal.
What is there? Garlic, why aren't you aligning with the grid?
Galic's having a day.
Poor guy. I mean, Astrax isn't doing this either. Is the Alki stuck or something? There we go. It's fixed itself. How weird. Anyway, now that that problem's been resolved, you get hit twice by 2 hits of ooze. Batter, batter. Hurts. Let's see.
Meow.
Oh, it's critically succeeds on an attack cape. Okie dokie. He has to really pummel you to get that benefit. Let me see about this new thing I learned about today. Can I just drag the token? No, I can't just drag the token out. Can I for Talos and slap this baby out? Oh, that's great. Oh, that's actually awful. Oh, ooh. Let's make that one a bit wider. There you go. Now I have a GM screen. I can just call them up at a moment's notice. All right. That's one ooze. Second ooze goes on a 4-hit rampage. It does it again. The shift key's just kind of busted, it seems.
No.
Anyway, that is 1 hit. More damage for the... I hate that this snaps back. Oh. Ruby, you're feeling the ouchies. Ouch! Oof. Why do I open this? I have a
Ruby is
freaking...
our ouchie feeler.
Gooba 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 goop. Take this, foul fiend.
No, I just been thinking of getting blazing on my bow.
Astriax gets hit. Poor guy. He too gets smacked. And it's Ruby's turn anew.
Well, Foundry is still having opinions, so
No.
I'm just gonna order around as if I'm there and someone else can take care of it. Just whatever one. I think one of them went after Astrax. Is that one in range?
There are currently 3 within range, and one that went after Asterix in like a charge is over. Maybe you should reload the page, maybe that helps. But
Yeah, I've reloaded a couple of times, but
Maybe-
yeah,
maybe I should reload.
well,
You never know.
it'll work eventually, but right now,
Australia's
like-
happening.
yeah,
There you
I
go,
don't want to
Jesse.
stall things.
Is there a way I can double click like one of you and open the window? I wonder. No.
Scissor, look in the chat.
There's a map.
On the map, on the map, on the map. Well, I guess if you have Whirlwind Strike, this would be a great time for it, but
Unfortunately, that's the other character.
maybe someday.
Over the rainbow.
Oh, that's cute. Fortunately, can oozes step? I'd imagine oozes can't. They're probably like a little scoot. Anyway, it's time to bring the crushing weight down upon these boys. Let's pulverize
Target one to the bottom. Yeah.
the one that's damaged. Yes.
Bonk, bonk, bonk.
Bunk, bunk. Down to 120. These hit points value, man. Are we playing 4th edition?
I mean, you've been
Oh.
making that joke every session.
I'm making
so-
that joke every session. It's actually way worse with slimes because, again, you can't crit them, which is like one of the biggest sources of damage against mooks.
I think
Go.
they also have a bajillion hit points.
Asterix realizing these things get faster when they get hit with fire. It's like, oh, fuck.
Their weakness isn't actually weakness.
But think of the damage.
Think of the damage. Think of the stick. Whoopsh, whoopsh, whoopsh. The irony is, that one would have been a success if it wasn't for the ones degenerating things. Bam, bam, bam. Oh, this thing does cold damage. I forgot about that.
It's chilly.
He quickly learns something else. When it's hit with cold damage, it becomes slowed run and cannot engulf things because it becomes a little tougher, a little chewy.
Well, solid.
Wah wah. There's just grease all over the place. Every time you smack him. For you.
Okay. So I don't think using my bow is going to work too well on these things.
Really?
So I'm gonna go with that one directly in front of me. I'm gonna arcane shot at it because I can use my bow anyway. Haha, I lied. But I'm gonna use apparently cold does something to them. I'm going to use Ray of Frost with my arrow.
Maybe you should buy one of those arrows with the boxing glove on them.
Go full on Oliver Queen. Oh wait, no, I'm getting. Yeah, hunting wouldn't matter that much. Precision damage anyway. So here comes my attack. Yeah, critical by 24. No criticals.
Their AC is 19 because I don't know. I guess their dex is just that bad.
So there's that.
Where are you hitting? Because I don't see a target marker.
Oh, I I have a target marker on this guy right in front of me.
You sure
Like
hit him.
directly. And
Oh wait, that doesn't do anything. They're immune to piercing.
Yeah,
aren't
but I get
listen?
carried
I'm perfectly okay with Pathfinder 1E's oozes are bitches problem, because the whole idea behind an ooze is you just kind of run around it and trick it and you have fun with it and it's hilarious. But in 2E, considering how this system goes out of its way to make things accessible and easy, and like, oh, you're not immune to electricity anymore, huh? A demon's like, yep, ain't. It feels kind of weird to have oozes be this viscerally frustrating. Oh, it
but
takes
I
some
got it with
cold.
ice.
You stiffen it up. You re-solidify it. Alora.
Yeah. I'm kind of useless in the fight, but I can
You
do a
have a
fireball.
mace. You're better than me.
Huh?
You have a mace.
I do have mace. I
Asterix
did
yells
get
that it might be a better idea to like just throw a firebomb in this room and leave until they're melting.
I mean, all right. How good's your reflex save, Ruby?
Bad.
Okay, then I'm not gonna
Yeah,
do
but they're
that.
made of fire. They're fine.
No, I don't have fire, but I do have something. Speak.
If only Claire was here. She'd have
Let
fire.
us let us know what it is, and maybe I'll be able to tank it.
It's a it's a cold damage, 7th level.
Well,
18. 18. You would be immune to the 18 positive, especially since you're not undead.
I do have that. Probably help.
All right. I
Give
think
it a
these are
crack.
called
Let's see
undead
what
now.
happens.
Alright, F it. 7th level spell. Because I want these things to go.
You want to know something
Hmm?
fun about Paralyze? It's a mental effect and it's useless
What?
against slimes. Otherwise, you could pick up a slime and put him in a barrel. 60-foot burst is
Oh
nothing to
shit,
sneeze at. Did you forget that
oh
part?
shit, it hits all of us. Never mind, I'm not doing that.
Yeah, 60 foot's pretty dang big, Bella.
You can place it
Yeah.
like all the way in the back there, and that'd probably be good.
Oh yeah,
Probably
that's true.
hit
It's a
everything in the
long
dungeon.
range. Like, oh, probably like get
Gee
in
whiz,
here.
I hope there's not
That's
more enemies down there that'll get aggroed by this.
You shoot an intense blast of moon energy all the way in the back. Hilarious.
hit the dirt.
Everything in the next 5 miles is now aggroed. Somehow.
Well, that's hilarious.
Hmm.
Asterix get the benefits of his cool armor and everything.
Hmm.
Because, he's wearing full plate, and he has a +1 status to match. I don't know where he gets that from. Where did you pick that one up, Asterix? I don't recall giving you that.
That's the damage. Are they undead?
They're goo.
I'm good.
Just had to ask.
So I've been told that critical hits also includes critical failures and saving throws because... Good game design.
So they cannot be blinded for life.
They don't even see with their eyes, so... No, they're just immune to critical hit damage, I think. Anything else that's superfluous that comes with critical hits, they're not immune to. But they are immune to
Okay,
visual effects
then-
because, no eyes. Well, to be honest, you are slowly but surely whittling them down. They are also slowly but surely whittling you down.
Hey,
What's all this then?
oh garlic.
Garlic has a bad, bad day, as he is blinded for an unlimited duration and takes 88 cold damage.
Yeah, I'm gonna use
Oh.
a hero point to reroll.
Oh no, it's just full
garlic's
damage.
thing.
Critical failure does not in fact do double. It just does blind it for permanent.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
but
re-rolling garlic's thing. Yeah, there we go. That's better.
Thanks. Listen, hero point just gets you a success.
Oh, okay.
With new rules.
Just success then. I forgot about the new rules.
The new rules.
So, and then I take half, which is
Yeah.
22 minus 10 is 12.
Fuyu, you are being clobbered by a greasy boy.
No.
It's
being
clobbering time. Why did the Lego games make such a big deal out of it that he didn't say that? Ruby, the goo tries to... Nah,
I
it's
don't
not
know.
smart. It doesn't think. It's just a goo. Why would it do anything but try to hit you?
It's just like me.
He's just a little puddin'. He's just a little man. There we go. Finally a crit. Finally a crit. Okay, first critical hit damage. That's not so bad. What is pretty bad is that you are now covered in residual grease, which works as such. For 1d4 rounds, you are completely greased up. Make that 3 rounds. I don't know why that's a secret roll. That feels silly. It feels like something you'd be immediately aware of. You must make a DC 30 reflex save whenever you attempt to use any item that must be held or wielded. On a failure, take a... Oh, you're basically getting automatically disarmed every time you try to do something. You can also take an action to wipe it off. The ghoul keeps bullying Astrax, because that's what it does with its life, apparently. Astrax,
It
however,
doesn't know any better.
Astrax, however, is a tank. Ruby! Ruby!
That's me.
It is you.
Astrax, how are you better at everything than me?
I don't know. I must have bribed someone.
Tell you, man.
You've got a god on your side. This cheating. So you said I can take one action to wipe the grease off?
Yeah.
You know, I'll do that first. And then get back to clobbering. Where?
It's clobbering time.
Where? Man, why can't I get
Yeah.
these rolls against something that takes crits?
I
Yeah,
know,
y'all are
right?
still the breach clear.
If you roll a 20 against a
That's
slime,
good.
you get a hero point, because honestly, fuck that shit.
Fair enough.
Well, the goo is almost gone. It's just this little itty bitty pile that can still like go for your eyes if it wants to.
Goo gone.
Don't forget to buy yourself a nice stick of goo gone. Got goo, gone no more. Astrax goes ham. And now with 2 hands, he does a little bit more damage. Be gone, evil goo! For you, there's a goo next to you and it's trying to punch you
Okay, I don't like this goo.
with a
I'm gonna
giant
change my
tallow
target.
fist.
Okay, I'm gonna target that goo. And then I'm going to I'm gonna parting shot just to get some damage off so I can step back and shoot. So I'm suddenly over here.
It's
may
an
as well take
actual
this.
thing, goo gone.
Wait, no, I'm just taking the 5-foot step because there's no point in me even doing a parting shot. That'd actually waste actions. I legitimately cannot use my bow. So then, I guess I'll shoot this one with Ray of Frost.
As much as the difficulty system that they've designed holds up in most situations, this is not a moderate encounter for a lower level party. This is considered a moderate encounter for a 13th level party. I don't think that's true. Unless you have like a wizard, which you don't.
There's a lot of meat here.
There's some big beef.
This is like the worst encounter type for me because I'm an archer.
It's also the worst
Yeah.
encounter type for Allura because they're not affected by alignment.
And for Dizzy because slashing is bad.
Because the grease is actually really annoying.
I mean, I actually
Yeah.
buffed up my mole so that slashing isn't my only damage source anymore.
I'm
So I
just
can't
gonna
fight
go
to
in.
Keep my name out of your mouth, Bartholomew A. Little Biddlebun. Bap.
Yeah, I'm gonna give the dude a bad.
Even you can hit a slime.
Yay!
Bap that
And
go.
I'll do another brat because I have the opportunity. Yay!
Honestly,
I like.
You can only miss on a 1.
Yeah, I mean, a 3-year-old could hit one of these.
I like how Goo fights swap me to a melee fighter and throw you into a caster.
Yeah, because neither of us can use our other abilities.
2 swings for the... Gosh, luckily your armor class is higher than ever. Or that would have hurt.
Who?
You,
Me.
Alora.
Alright, so Dean.
I'm Goo. I wiggle aggressively at the air. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle.
Oh no, I'm
That's a hit.
intimidated.
That's a hit for you, little lassie.
Ow.
But of course, there's always room for more Goo.
That is true.
Aren't slimes exciting? They have no special features outside of stuff that just makes the team go, ah. Do you want to be permanently disarmed for 1d4 rounds? Do you want to deal with greasy seepage that makes you slip around? It's hilarious, isn't it? This is so out of place considering that deeper down this passage is like great old one stuff. Thanks, Paizo. For putting this comedy act right at the beginning. Luckily, Astrax is really high level because I don't want to level him up over time. So he's just set for the whole module. Ruby. The goo here is almost gone.
Alright. I'm gonna bonk him again.
Splort.
Know the drill.
There's an explosion of grease. Your maul is probably gonna need gonna be put in a furnace or something to get all that wax off, all
Yeah,
that
I'm gonna have to
tallow.
scrape it off. Then I'm gonna power attack the other one.
What is that old grease that fat they use in Townsend and Sons a lot? What was it again? Well, that's a solid swing.
That's all.
Don't you have a third hit?
That was a power attack.
Oh, that's why.
Yeah.
Astriax, you could do it. I believe in you. We all believe in you, but especially me. Honestly, why am I not just rolling damage because you're gonna hit it?
Yeah.
Well, oh yeah, because crits don't matter anyway.
Get out of here.
Yeah. It's got plus 21, which is more than their armor class.
Again,
Final roll.
the benefits of being... Like, I don't put him at the last level you get. I put him like 1 level below that. So he's like almost there, so I can... It's at the end you're better than him. And he gets to
Yeah,
be
we
the one
will
that's-
outpace him.
He also doesn't get
now.
any equipment for the most part. So Fu, you go.
I'm gonna go. Okay. I'm gonna look at that guy in front of me. I could be like, I got so many plans while looking at the gear I have on me.
Why do you have clams?
Look at all those
I wish I had
clams.
clams. Okay. I'm going to use 2 actions to cast Ray of Frost.
Abracadabra. Why don't you cast favorable review on this slime? Maybe that'll do something.
Yay, natural 20.
Hero point.
Hero point.
Because slimes are bullshit.
And damage. And then, for my last action, I'm gonna punch it with lightning.
Yeah, punch.
Lightning punch.
Foxfire.
Hit. Alora, it's your turn. Do you wanna bonk the slime?
Yeah, I'm gonna bonk the slime. Hey, slime.
Turn it
Got
to
some,
a blender. It's Blundin'
Yeah, look.
Alora.
Yeah.
You know you can shift click to instantly open to instantly roll, just like that.
Was that a natural 20? No, it's a 19.
It's green if it's a natural 20.
Okay. I could shift click the what?
Wait, why does the use have? Oh, holy shit! What?
What?
The thing is somehow
Twist?
claiming that it's flanked, which I think is because Garlic is here, and he's like not nicely lined with the gritters. I don't even know, but go on, Alora.
I mean, Garlic is large, so he does have range.
One more hit.
That is an
Uh.
actual natural miss.
Oh wow.
Wow,
It
I'm
is then
impressed.
that the
How
ooze
did I do it?
begins beating you up. Bonk, 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 bonk. Alright, I forgot oozes can do this, but it's very funny. Let's engulf.
So I take 19 damage.
Yeah.
Mm.
Here. The ooze slot. Goddamn, why is the shift key on this so busted? It just keeps going, I'm still held. Anyway, ooze goes full speed at Astriax, who has to make a dodge roll to the left. Ah!
Oh no, I accidentally took 19 damage.
Basically, it strides twice, and it can move like 40-ish feet, so it just slides through Allura. Allura, give me a reflex save.
Alright, well, first I gotta heal that 19 damage I took this.
I'll take care of that for you. How about you roll me that reflex save?
Alright, reflex. Da, da, da.
Okay. The ooze captures no one. Ruby, they're running away. They're cowards.
Bunch of weenies.
Cowards. Can't even
Um,
think.
Gonna give Garlic one action, or two act. I'm gonna use one action to give him two. So we step over here, and then target the one between me and Allura, and then Garlic can smack him. They are. And then I can follow that up with a power attack.
Gosh.
Yay.
Man, power attack is a real MVP here. Ooh.
It's doing the big damage.
Astrax, you might have a good stick, but you don't have any of the cool moves that she does. Just because you have attack of opportunity, which you probably would have made one against that guy when he was slipping by. Let's bonk him. This is what you get trying to eat me.
Trying to eat people that don't consent to it is great.
Anyway, time for Astrax to unleash his fury upon this 62 hit point boy. Delightful. Astrax does not get hero points, but there is no more goo. For you! There's only one slime left, and it's directly adjacent to you!
Oh no.
Get a load of that guy.
Get
It's
a
still
load
with me.
of that goo.
I don't think they have attack for opportunity, or they would have done it by now.
I mean, slimes usually don't.
So I'm going to Ray of Frost. Kind of limited on options. Holy crap, I missed. I think.
No, that hits. There he sees 19. So again, if you roll a 1, you miss.
But you would have missed anyway.
Foxfire.
And then Allura gets to make it happen. This guy tried to engulf you a moment ago.
Yeah, I hit with Foxfire.
Allura, go!
Bonk.
Just roll me all the attacks, shift click, bam, 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 and then we'll see bam, bam, bam about the damage.
Okay. Shift click.
Bam, bam, bam. Slam, slam, slam.
Bing.
Come on, slam.
Unfortunately, the Talo Ooze gets to pummel Fuyu.
No.
Pummel,
he's
pummel,
for
pummel.
you. I like that guy.
All that
Or
happens
it's
is you
just-
get some big splats of candle wax like on your chest.
Yeah, that's just like vaguely.
Your clothes are covered in grease. Ruby, get him! He's almost down. One power attack might even do it.
Well, it's gonna be my plan. I'm gonna jump off because it's a bit crowded in there.
Die, evil goo! Your
Hiya.
presence is unwanted. And there we go. Silence falls in the halls once more, though the air is also filled with this greasy, oily, thick bleh.
Yuck.
Astriax is using Produce Flame, the spell that does not create light because that would break the game balance. But making things immune to critical hits, slashing damage, and piercing damage is not breaking the game balance. Right, Paizo? Right, Paizo? Right, Paizo?
Details.
He spends time like melting the wax and wiping it away so that when you leave you don't comically slip and slide on your asses on the way out.
I really
Which you
hope
will, because you will
and
forget about this, and then you'll slide on it like idiots. Ounce of
really hope
prevention,
there wasn't
everyone.
anything on the other side of that hallway.
Taking a look around the old storeroom, you find that one of the crates, which appears to have been busted open, has some things in it that might be worth taking a look at.
Wow, I
Things.
like things.
To be specific, you are granted a powerful rune of power. Let me see. To be specific, it's a +2 greater resilient rune, which is really, really good, all things considered.
Wow.
It's you rub that on your armor, it becomes good armor. Is it? You gonna find it or what? Resilient, made greater. Oh, apparently these are they're considered separate runes, which is fair enough. So here, armor potency +2 and a resilient rune. Isn't that like a? Yeah, that's a level 14 item. That's pretty generous.
Yeah, like
In addition, there's this fine, cool, cute charm. It's a three-tailed lizard, a platinum charm, no less. You would easily put its value at 520 gold pieces.
Nice.
Is there a loot
Yes.
box, or is it just like?
I'm putting it in your loot
just-
back directly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Additionally, there are 30 empty silver vials, each worth 15 gold pieces each. 30 of them. So, adds up.
It's a lot of vials.
That's a lot of value. Asterix takes a look in the adjacent room, which appears to be some sort of laboratory. You can tell because there's a few bare tables and an immense cauldron. And lots of ashes. The entire room is coated in a thin layer of slippery grease. Ew.
Yuck.
Since Alora is the kind of person to pick up on ghosts, she probably picks up on psychokinetic presences, right? Like on psychometric imprints, like people feeling in moods and old events.
Yeah, probably.
Remember when I said that people look like a clown if they move into a room like this? Asterix starts swinging his arms because holy shit, the floor's slippery. Okay. He manages to keep his balance, but you watch him like slide into the room slightly when he steps in at first.
Asterix, don't be silly.
As you step close to the room, you can pick up the old balances. Someone tried to create some sort of ooze and died from it.
Dummy.
Unfortunately, that's what happens when you mess with oozes.
To be specific, his name is Lurt, which I gotta say, Lurt.
Alert.
As you can you give me an acrobatics check?
I'm being careful.
Oh, also, don't you like float off the ground or something?
No, only if I'm cursed.
Okay, in that case, you very slowly step in, and
I
unfortunately, due to the fact this room is like uneven and weird, you slip and trip. Nothing
Okay.
hurts, but you've uncovered an item that was hidden under the tallow.
Oh,
To be specific, it's a dazing coil, whatever that does.
item
It's a
get
coil
it.
of daisies.
No, it's a daisy coil.
You can use it. It could put out a weapon, use it once, and it makes people stunned. Very useful if you're dealing with a big boy you want to get rid of, whose will saves are weak. Also, despite being a will save, it doesn't have the mental trait, so unless they're immune to enchantment and magic, you can use this on anyone.
Yeah, you can use
Would
one.
have even worked on the slimes.
It would have worked on the slimes, probably, but, you know. Although DC 31 is pretty low considering what you're facing at this point. But hey, maybe it'll be useful on some mook who's being more powerful than he should be.
Or a crit fail. You can always count on that 1 in 20 chance.
Asterix, why can you see color? That's probably my GM vision fucking things up. Asterix has had enough. He wants to go down this passage and see what's down there.
Yeah.
Which is to say, he goes down there when you do. NPCs cannot fuck you over like that unless I intentionally say this NPC is about to fuck you over.
Yeah, in which case, we'd have the chance to be like, no.
And Asterix is not a fucking idiot.
He knows who's in charge here.
No, he's a wizard, man. He's the biggest brain of all of you. He's
God.
22
That is a
int.
big brain.
He's a wizard with +6 strength somehow.
He's a muscle wizard. He does not need to cast fist. It's because
You
I gave him an
coming for
NPC
me?
stamp block and I converted him, so it's kind of awkward like that. Anyway, the rough cut stone staircase leads down to a hall half flooded with. Oh, God damn it! My brain keeps going. It's half flooded because it's a hall flooded with several inches of water. Thanks. Oh, the smell of seawater is strong here. It's almost as if the water is seawater and thus would evaporate and fill the air with seawater. I wonder why. As a clammy, ominous
Yeah.
presence that feels like being deep underwater. You know, that mental feeling like you're stepping in the water and then the water rises. The hallway has been worked so that the walls are fairly even. The floor isn't. Rough cut passages lead out east and west and a bit further north to the east. So hey, lots of things going around. Astrax, who keeps an eye out, noticed that someone has been carving little chalk marks of arrows into the walls. They appear to be fresh and new, and might have been left by the Banyan boys who were down here a bit ago.
Probably.
Before
That's
you
the
Place
way
looks
that
like this place looks like a maze. So they probably were keeping track just to make sure they don't get lost.
Zach.
I'm coming one sec. I had to look away for a moment.
Ah.
Had a business thing to deal with.
Business, business, business.
Business. To the west, you can look into a cavern. A wide opening leads to a cavern with a foot of water covering the floor. The cave features several elaborate mounds of stone that look too uniform to be natural, yet bear no markings of chisels or carving. The northwest end of this cavern contains the obvious source of seawater in these caves, a partially flooded tunnel towards the sea. Can you see the sea from here? Because otherwise it's not obvious. A gory pile of flesh and bones that reeks of decaying fish is piled near the cave opening, near the tunnel opening.
Ew.
Yuck.
Gross.
Word of
That's
disgust.
There doesn't seem to be anything of interest inside this cave, so.
Yeah, unless you want to go for a swim, go touch a mound of bodies.
Touch of death.
Gross! Get out of here! Someone put an asterisk.
Going around touching bodies like some kind of pervert.
Ew!
Oh, there's symbols on this floor.
Okay, I think this is the point where I should probably expand how far your dark vision actually goes, because at this point it actually changes what you can see. Garlic doesn't have vision, so I don't have to worry about his dark vision.
Even if he did, he wouldn't be able to communicate.
Okay,
He's
I
a
need
dummy.
to put these tokens in their right places. There you go. There you go. Peeking through the east exit. Why is there even a... The cavern slopes slightly upwards to the northeast, so half the chamber has only a few puddles of water rather than being submerged, aka all the water pools up in one area. The floor is an elegant grooved pattern that resembles the stylized carving of a stout lizard with a long curling tail and a beard of tentacles. Hooks stud the walls with old overcoats of rotted leather hanging from them. Stone benches line the edges of the room. Oh, excuse me. These zombies were in fact in the right place. You notice on one end of the hallway, like all the way at the end, against the east wall, facing it as if they're about to get executed, is a line of Zambinos. They sure aren't alive, and you can tell that from all the way over there because, you know, their clothes are rotting and hanging, and they're standing in a cave that's this smelly without caring about it.
Oh man, this would have been the time to use Moonburst.
Also, the smell of their rottingness probably fills the air to some extent. Well, Asterix kind of peeks in and goes, well, ladies first.
Wow, such a gentleman. Kind of gesture to the two ranged fighters of the group.
Alright.
You want to do the honors?
I could start us off.
I mean,
The second your
Go
foot
for it.
falls on the patterned floor,
Oh no.
they all uniformly turn around and they say something in Aklo.
Oh.
If I recall correctly, someone here speaks Aklo, no? Well, we'll find that out in a minute because I'm going to post it in the chat, and if you speak Aklo, you'll understand what they're saying. If you don't, tough luck. Where's Aklo on this list? There it is.
Timbos.
I did not understand that.
Nope.
Nope. They're speaking gibberish.
Astrax, do you speak
Speaking
Aklo? No, he
French.
just speaks Common and Draconic. He has 6 intelligence, but I never give him any languages because that just seems like too much work.
Yeah, I took Undercommon and Abyssal.
Do you have comprehend languages at the very least? Nope. Good job. Very much appreciated, Astrax. Good assistant. They turn around, they say something. You're not sure what they're saying, but the fact they say it in unison might mean something. And then, oh man, we're gonna get to one of those classic piezo traps that make me shit bricks. I love it when piezo's like, by the way, you can disarm this trap if you do this completely arbitrary thing. And I'm like, okay, why would they ever do this? It's like, I don't know. Roleplay, right? And I'm like, okay, cool. How do I do that? Why aren't you giving me the answer to that? Well, Astrax is like, oh shit. The undead have risen. I can't see them because I also don't have my dark vision set to 120 feet, so I can't actually see the end of the room. Listen, I imagine it helps with optimization. All right, well, he's got enough slots. Let's shoot a big boy fireball down the hall.
Give him the classic.
They're undead. They probably burn very good. And it turns out they're waterlogged and they take no damage from fireballs. And he's like, oh man.
Well, darn.
16d6. Look at that. 14d6, excuse me. Can you roll me some saves? Good boys. Excuse me, did all of you
Wow.
fail? One of them crit
All
failed.
failed. Couple of them crit failed.
Oh, actually, I think most of them crit failed except 2.
Yeah, 3 of them.
This is what you get when Astrax has big brain.
Big brain fireball.
So this guy takes half because he's executed. I think the second guy takes half, and the rest are all just like very heavily scorched. But they're still standing. And that
I mean, they didn't succeed. They still failed.
Astrax is
We'll
scared
take
of the fact that they're still on their feet. And dies for cover.
I'm gonna delay my turn until after they've either come towards us or the others have gotten their shots off.
Excuse me? Are you gonna wait a minute? Just wait a minute and sit right there? Alora.
I mean, I don't want these guys
Yeah.
charging.
Oh no, I'm more talking about the fact that you're not wasting your actions walking to them.
Yeah.
And how far away were they again?
You can measure it with your measuring stick, but it's like probably over 60 feet at this point. Yeah, they're like 70 feet away.
Yeah, it don't matter.
It don't matter. None of this
Just-
matters.
Nobody wants to. Oh no, divine wrath. Might as well use one of those lower slots, huh?
Unfortunately, I didn't take as my repertoire. I need to swap out something for it, but still can do the damage.
Unfortunately, since it's not positive damage, it's not what you want. But
Right.
damage of the alignment you choose, which is probably good because they're undead, and that's probably the one you want to take.
Yeah.
I have some bad
And-
news for you that you won't like.
Oh.
While their reflex saves are absolutely hot garbage, their fort saves are great. Oh wow!
You're saying that then 4 out of
fail.
5 failed.
Oh. Okay, so this guy's the only one who takes half, and the other ones are all sickened. They're not immune to sicken, right? I mean, they wouldn't be. This is divine anger, big divine angy.
This is one of those
Divine
god-based
upsetty.
tummy aches.
I know that everyone is always like, "Oh man, that's bad damage." The sickened is the thing you're going to be smiling about, though. -1 AC, -1 to hit, -1 to all future saves. Who doesn't want that? Unless these guys have spells, I don't think. Yeah, they can only punch. So take a guess who has to walk out. Oh god, they're also slowed 1 permanently because they're zombies. Ooh. Forgot zombies are shit if they're not right on top of you. Tainted guts? That's just gross.
Tainted guts. Bam, bam.
Hey, this is gonna be a good battle for me to go last.
They all move 50 feet. 50 feet.
How do high dex characters always have such terrible?
Yeah, how does that keep happening?
I mean, I think
Because it's wisdom
Most
that determines your initiative.
All right.
unless you're rolling with something else, like athletics.
Yeah. But that doesn't happen
Might
too
as
often
well-
because you're mostly just snooping around.
Wait, can't you reroll with the different
If the
skills?
DM says to.
Ah,
Yeah, that's usually if
Now-
you're doing something else and you're just kind of walking around at this point, so.
Gonna give Garlic 2 actions. Use one of them to move over.
Also, I tried
Yeah.
deleting that circle and can't do it.
Have you fought zombies before, Ruby?
Have we? I think we
I-
did.
Well, I would still say that Alora would probably know to tell you that don't forget that zombies are weak to cutting because they're all squishy.
Yeah, they're all squishy. Laid them.
Okay.
Dismemberment is the name of the game.
Well, then Garlic use his one action to, I guess I'll smack the sick one in front of me. Yeah, there we go.
I'm just a little baby. My armor class is 27. Oh no!
Oh no!
Ow!
And then I'll get Hot Streak out and just cut that guy. Yeah.
Hit. And an extra 15 damage. That's what I call a weakness.
Oh yeah, do we get our stamina back after the last fight?
If you didn't, you could just say that you spend your resolve on that.
Fair enough.
Because like I said, we're doing new resolve rules. Resolve is instantly all your stamina back out of combat. In combat, you have.
Yeah, okay.
No 10 minutes. Who wants 10 minutes? Who you go?
Okay, I'm gonna hunt that zombie that is between Astriax and Ruby. And then I'm gonna draw my bow.
I'm going to take
and
out my
I'm going
gun.
to use penetrating shot.
The fact that they all move at once really reminds me of the Fallen from XCOM 2, where they all move at once.
Yeah. I always love the way those guys move.
Those were good ones.
Just kind of like ragdolling over stuff.
Yes!
Hey!
Natural 20 piercing shot.
Poor guy.
Poor guys.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hmm.
I love that.
Pew. Pew.
And that back one gets pinned.
I'm stuck to the wall.
Oh no.
Don't know
And
how your arrow
hero.
got into a stone wall, but you did it.
I am
Especially at this
really good
angle,
at this
but-
job.
If only we knew how to say eat shit in Aklo.
Oh, I knew any words in Aklo. Yeah, those.
They're
Thank
just
you,
like,
mysterious
no,
voice from the heavens.
we're the Seawater Quartet. We
Quintet.
just want your opinion on our song.
Asterix, why don't you have burnt? Why didn't I give you any first or second level spells? I know why I didn't, because that's a lot of work, and you already have so many spells. Oh,
Which is fair.
otherwise I would have given him Burning Hands. Which let's just give him Burning Hands. This is like the best time to use it. Although on the other hand, does he have anything better to use? Really? I mean, he could Fireball, but he'd definitely hit you. Oh. Astriax in confusion decides, you know what? I'll just hit him with my stick. I'll hit him with my.
I did just watch an arrow go through two of them, so
I'll first throw some Produce Flame at this guy. Luckily, zombies never, ever get reactions because they are slowed one all the time.
and they're dumb.
I mean, if you give a zombie reactions, remember that you should also remove their slowness because otherwise they can't even use it. Just a pro tip from your boy. Clonk. Alora.
Yeah. I'm gonna go to the old favorite since, not hurting anyone. Well, not It is hurting. You know what I mean.
Why is Moonlight such a massive AoE though?
It seems excessive.
Moonburst.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
60 feet and you can shoot it at 500 feet. Oof.
If you really want something like, well, a lot of things.
It reminds me a lot of a certain lady who had like a nuclear fireball.
And
Divine Lance.
I have no idea who you were talking about.
Could be cool.
Which one are you targeting? I don't see you targeting anyway.
The one on the bottom left.
Is it hidden by the sick? No. Cool. Alright, well, you blast him real good, like, with a critical hit. So give me the damage,
Yeah.
I'll double it. Because he isn't undead. He is evil. He is naughty. He does not, in fact, care for the cookie jar rules. Oh no, what can he do? Oh no. Oh no, he's gonna vomit water.
Ew.
Ew.
A 30-foot cone is spritzed. Can I
Yeah,
get a
that's some projectile shit.
Can I get some reflex save on the boys?
Hey, I'm involved in this.
Yes, you are hit with a massive spray of tainted salt
No, I'm
water.
not.
Fuyu, however, unfortunately always has the cool flips.
I need to look up what exactly Bulwark triggers on. I think it's only magical stuff.
I think it's just anytime you have to make a reflex save or something against damaging effects.
Yeah. On a reflex save to avoid a damaging effect. Yeah, so that does include. Well, doesn't matter. Beef it anyway. And garlic.
Alright, the damage is...
Well, those the.
Oh, that's some hot garbage right there.
Wow.
None over
What
a
was it?
half. I beefed it. This one instead strides forward.
Cypher.
Yes.
Ooh,
What was the DC? I don't
30.
know if I made it. Okay, yeah, then I made it.
only I failed.
Ruby, this man just moved. Would you like
Yeah,
to punish
what
him,
if-
or would you like to hold your attack for someone else?
I mean, I don't have any preference over these guys, so I might as well just smack him.
Give him the goods. Give him the goods. Oh no, the goods! And an extra
Get
15.
good at
And then he raises his fist and hammers at you. Bonk, bonk. Fists go flying, but now you learn a terrifying truth. They have improved knockdown.
What?
They can
Which
use
takes-
knockdown as a free action, triggered
Oh.
with additional attack, so you fall off in a space adjacent to garlic somewhere.
Bink.
Bonk.
Ow.
This sentinel is immobilized, but he can still reach Astrax and beat him up, although Astrax has some cover as a result of being partially behind a wall. Ruby, you got binked onto the ground with us.
Well, that was embarrassing.
Quite.
Gonna spend one action to get up off the floor. And then one action to give Garlic 2, and Garlic is going to do some fire.
Garlic, let him have it. Set these salty boys on fire. Whoosh.
That's not quite what I wanted.
If he does a little hop back, you could have so... Well, sure, you can have wherever you want. He can be in any space he wants. He's got 10 whole square feet to aim as he wants.
Whatever. Just whatever's available.
Sure, I'll just select a few guys and say they take it.
I mean, ideally, I wanted the 3 down the bottom.
Sure, we'll do those guys. We'll go for the sick boys. What's your DC?
My DC is 32.
So, cool. It doesn't tell me. Oh, it actually does tell me which one is which. Okay, cool. That's nice. So this guy takes full, and the other two take double because super lucky boy, I guess. Damn.
Good work, Garlic.
Garlic has a
You're the
really good
best.
fire spritz today.
I'm gonna pat him. Gotta give him a pat.
Did you stand up from prone?
Yeah, I have to get up to pat him.
Good.
Pat, pat. And then start do one swing, I guess. I can still hit the guy I was fighting before, so I'll
He's pretty weak.
continue.
He's got 69 hit points.
Nice.
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 Sorry to ruin it.
Hit.
The
Plus.
D20 landed on top of my buttons.
No, fool you.
Okay.
Oh, yeah,
I'm just
that's
gonna
actually-
go for those same two that I did last time again with penetrating
turns.
shot.
3 turns until Garlic can do it again.
Do it. Do it.
We'll see if I have any special arrows I could use. Cold iron probably doesn't work on zombies extra.
I think that's only like zombies and not zombies, demons and fae.
Fuck.
Yeah. That's actually 100% correct. And that is
That's
another
another
massive critical.
Nat 20.
Jesus. For you really
And
pissed.
again,
There's
That's
just two
the
big
punishment.
holes in them now.
For you was really pissed she couldn't use a bow in the last fight, and it's just like, now I get to
Lord.
show off.
And then I'm gonna use hunter's shot so I can shoot twice without reducing my attack penalty. So, bam. Okay, so just one.
Sal, I've got some bad news for you. Hunting shot doesn't really help with that because penetrating shot, last sentence, it counts as 2 attacks or a multiple attack penalty, so those are both made at -10. But the first one still hits.
So, doesn't change anything. Okay.
Who are you hitting with that, by the way? Because I don't...
The one, for some reason, it's not
Sure.
showing it. That guy, yeah.
The Sodden Sentinel starts to bully, batter, bruise, and beat good old Garlic to the ground.
No, Garlic.
Garlic, however, stays strong and stands on 2 feet.
Big strong boy.
He's got them feet. Astrax, I know they're weak against reflex saves, so you might as well cast a lightning bolt. Abracadabra.
Abracazoo.
Also, your
The
save
old
DC is ridiculous. How did you get that? Like, yours is an auto-calc sheet, so it's not me fucking around. It's probably because you got Master at some point, because that happens too. Anyway, he'll be useful for now, and then later he'll look like an idiot.
Yeah, I think normally you get Master at 15.
Again, like I said, the fort saves, great. The difference is 10. Their fort saves 23. Their reflex is plus 13. Oh,
Shout out to that one guy that got a crit, though.
shout out to that guy. I think that just upgrades it to a success, so he still takes half.
Yeah.
Even on the blessed of days. Oh, wait.
It was the best of times, it was the blurst of times.
He was in the back, so I imagine that his friends in the front soaked up most of the blast. Although the guy in front apparently soaked up the most of the blast.
Yeah.
Hey, one of them goes down, which means I get to show you what happens when these guys die. It's not great.
Oh no, they explode.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, the salt water electrolyzes and...
God, I'm over here.
10-foot emanations, that's all 3 of us.
I just
No.
realized there's nothing saying it doesn't affect his allies either. So these guys can chain react to some extent.
It does
Oh,
just
no.
say each creature, not each enemy.
If this guy fails it, he'll chain react off of this. Just saying.
Oh, great.
Astrax is like, oh no!
Astrax sees where this is going.
He dives to the floor with it over the head over his hands. Oh. Let's just take care of you boys first. Garlic takes full, that's fine. You take half.
Right.
And now all the sentinels get to roll. Not perception. I don't want to roll perception. No, I don't want to kill him.
Yeah.
Okay. This guy takes double. Oh, poor guy.
Uh-oh.
Doesn't kill him, don't worry. He's fine. You know what? We'll leave the guy who's this guy in the back is fine, takes nothing. This guy over here, he takes just normal. Okay, he's still standing.
Oh, no.
He rolled a
You're
29.
saving one.
He rolled 29, which means he takes half and does not chain react off of this.
Phew.
Astrax, seeing that they fucking explode, is like,
Oh.
Yeah, fair. Good call, man. Good call.
Alora.
GG, dog.
There's just
Uh,
salt guts all over the place.
Ew. Can you see who I'm targeting? Yeah.
Normally when
Oh.
you have them targeted, it has like a little little
Yeah.
bubble with your color.
Yeah.
Whoops, I did something poor with the screen. Whoops, there we go. Divine Lance.
Pew. Yeah, boy. Wait, I don't want this to kill him, but
Who are you
I
targeting?
did
Because again, I can't see your
uh,
bubble. I just say when you offed, someone targeted you. Okay, cool, got him. Okay, well, Mr. 69 is brought down to 42, which I gotta say, nice. Almost 420. If someone ever reduces,
Answer to life.
if someone ever reduces a guy with 420 hit points to 69, that's the golden number.
Wait, didn't I
Yeah.
crit him?
That's how you win.
Oh yes,
tabletop.
excuse me. He takes double. Bam, bam. Okay, he's still standing. But at
Yeah.
this point, you could probably chain react most of them, except for this one guy.
He's still standing.
Okay, it's back to beating you up. Ruby, you fall to the ground.
God damn it.
You learn something unpleasant about these guys, other than the fact that they hit like hell. When you're on the ground, they do an extra 2d6 damage.
Ew.
It's called Pummel the
Ow.
Fallen, which is a great way to call it.
Ow. That is a good name for it.
He tries to attack Garlic, but it's possible that he just wants to pat him.
I couldn't blame him for that. Garlic is a good boy.
Oh, good boy. This guy's still stuck, so he has to spend an action to unwedge himself, which he can do just like that because he has the high enough athletics. He can just do it, and then he walks on over to Ruby. Ruby, you should probably leave and let them explode.
But the plan is, I use one action to get up. Get rid of that. And then use one more to give Garlic 2.
This is gonna get complicated.
This is gonna get complicated. Actually, Garlic gets 1 naturally. I always forget about that. So he can use that to get up. And then I can use Quick Mount to get up on Garlic's back and then move. Think with trying to figure out the best spot.
Listen, I can just say that you spent your whole turn getting the hell out of there.
Plan is to move here and then last action use lunge to attack the weak guy.
Probably this guy is the best option. He looks like he's the toughest, but close enough.
Yeah.
Anyway, you poke him. You poke the explosive incendiary device.
And from a safe distance. From a safe distance.
Jesus Christ. Da 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 da. It's time for some explosions, baby.
Activate the fireworks.
Doom
Oh,
guy was right when he said that you have huge guts. That's good. Okay, if he fails this, let's see what he's gonna do with that. Uh-oh.
Jesus.
I don't think he made it.
I love this. This is the best enemy I've ever seen.
Line him up, knock him down.
Oh, what's the damage on this? Aw. Well, the chain didn't go too far, but you did take care of 2 in 1 blow, which is pretty impressive for a fighter.
2 for the price of 1, baby.
Gave myself one of those discounts for you.
Okay, so I can change my hunted target to the closest one of the 2 that's left. And I'm gonna go for 3 piercing shot.
Piercing.
I mean,
Still a hit. And you detonated the guy in the back. So who cares? Why would I even place this emanation? It does nothing. Oh no,
There's
God,
only one.
That's
one dude.
glitched out great. Haha, I made it. He still takes a lot of damage from that, though. Astrax, you probably can't finish this, right? But you can still throw a produce flame at him. After you scoot in a little closer, that is. Let him have it, Astrax. Roll a 1. Show me the goods. Oh, those are the goods. The good goods. The double damage
Actually,
goods.
sizzle.
Alora,
Yeah,
68 hit points on this guy, so you probably have to wait until Ruby's done.
yeah. I'm still gonna hit him. Wah.
Show me the way.
Aw.
You actually missed.
You know what? I'm gonna hero point that because I had the hit.
Then it's a
Point.
success.
Oh, here's the damage.
Well, unfortunately, you are about to taste the powerful fist of this man, which means that Ruby gets an attack of opportunity.
I don't know if I want to take it.
If you strike him, it's before he leaves the space, which means you would be out of his range.
That's true. So
You should probably get him
I,
now. That's a crit. That's a hit, and he explodes without hitting anyone. If I'm correct, let's see if I'm correct. I think I'm correct. I know how emanations work. You blow him up before he gets too close.
You got him
in the
right at
corners.
the edge of exploding you.
probably just get a little bit of splatter on my armor. Just like,
It's like, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no.
Well, luckily there's some seawater you can wash your weapons in. Well, while most of them have blown up into smithereens, there is a little bit left. In terms of, well, most of their overcoats are blown up, is what I'm trying to say. However, one cloak remains. And it's not any cloak, it's a magic cloak. No, I don't want to make new equipment. I want to delete this equipment, thank you. I want to put something in here. Specifically,
spell of summon equipment.
yes, it is a greater cloak of Elvenkind.
Ooh, my people made this.
Well, no, it has, instead of, I did put one in, right?
Yeah, it is there.
Oh, there it is, I just did see it. It's made with a skill pad instead of the usual elven intricacies. Since, you know, lizard appears to be the theme around here. I would like to point out that the 4th level invisibility is bullshit. Because it basically means that everyone is flat-footed and everyone takes a mischance against you. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's
And
the
can,
super
act
invisibility.
on it, right?
Hmm?
Like he can still take hostile actions while
Yeah.
invisible.
Yeah, that's the good one.
Yeah, that's me.
Alright, Alora gets the cool cloak, I guess? It's up to you to decide who gets it.
No one else wants it. I'm gonna take it.
Gives
Take it.
like sneak bonuses and stuff. So
Technically,
great.
if we're going by sneak bonuses, we will benefit more since we have untrained improvisation. But hey. Arrows coming out of nowhere. Now it's spells coming out of nowhere. There's just some weird chanting coming from a nondescript location.
echoing around the room.
And then you get frozen by a moonburst.
And then you die.
Well, that fight's over. Astrax
With
looks
this
them over and scratches his chin. Alora, would you like to roll some religion to see if you can figure something out?
I would absolutely love to roll religion, because that is my non-deploy. Actually, it's lower than my occult, but kind of makes sense.
You can make out that their overcoats are meant to be religious vestments, not just raincoats. But that's about all you get out of it.
Alright.
I'm really hating this place so far. First grease, now guts.
Oh, it gets better.
I have to take the longest shower of my life.
It gets better.
Does it have to?
Yes.
Is there anything else of note in this room other than the carvings on the floor?
It appears to be some sort of gathering room, so this wouldn't be the place that fancy things were kept. And since these guys aren't carrying anything too fancy, it's unlikely there's much treasure here. There is, however, a phrasing written on the east wall, which is what they were looking at. You don't speak Aklo, though, so the writing means nothing.
Don't suppose we could, like, copy it down, just in case we find someone who understands it later.
You can definitely take a quick scratching of it, yes.
Alright.
Like you put a piece of paper on it, put some chalk on it, which you probably brought with you because you're well-worn adventurers and you prepared for this. You have those things with you.
Yeah. Plus, they come in the default starter kit.
Like I said, you're prepared. You're pretty sure that Solus might know something like Aklo because he does seem to speak like a bunch of languages. Unlike
Oh, you taught him.
Astrax.
Yeah, Mr. +6 intelligence over there. He speaks
Eh.
2 languages.
Yeah, I could only learn 5 more languages.
I'm a
Actually-
fighter. I speak 5.
Actually, he could speak 6 more because I think the way it works is because he is a what's it called? A kobold. He gets common and draconic for free, so he could learn 6 more.
Yeah, you get like common and your racial language, and then the Sunday
Stop
from you.
bullying me! I don't want to fight with you anymore.
Dummy.
Oh. How about we go ahead until we find another room full of trouble, and then we'll call it there.
And
Fair
technically,
enough.
I could learn it because I have multilingual and I'm an expert in society, so I have access to a language I didn't pick up. But sense of cheating.
I wanna point something out about the forked path ahead because it's like the next room. But what gets me about this is how does this sentence make sense? Ledric's +2 greater striking longsword is lodged in the rubble here. He dropped it while avoiding the collapse. Any hero who has seen Ledric fight recognize it as sword. What? He lost his sword, but also you might have seen him use it. I don't know. I think that there's some sort of timing thing here where you should have met him earlier and this happens later. But I don't care. We're taking care of this now.
Yeah, we just know it is.
No, there is no +2 greater striking greatsword with here. He had it with him when you saw him a bit ago.
Right.
Right now, he's taking care of business upstairs.
Wow.
You have 2
There's-
choices in hallways and where you want to go. Do you want to go into the room with many books? The 2 passages leading into this chamber both ascend so that the room has a completely dry floor, though dampness still permeates the air. High shelves stacked with books and parchment fill the edges of the room, and carvings of lizards decorate the walls. Or you can go into the room that is described as this flitting cave, has a long counter carved into the wall. Several shallow alcoves stand along the north wall, one of which holds a wooden door crusted with mold because it's stuck in fucking seawater for all of its life. Bright light emanates through the narrow cracks in the door. Passage leads to the southeast and the northeast. Which one do you think sounds like the better place to be right now? The place with the obvious evil runes on the ground, or the place full of water?
Also,
I mean-
we got
Obvious evil runes sound exciting,
Okay.
but I'm no magic friend. I'm gonna leave that to the professionals.
Astrax cannot identify runes from this distance because they're on the ground and he's only so tall. Perspective.
I can.
I could lift him up with garlic, the scruff of his neck, like a cat.
Don't bully him. He's just a little boy.
Yeah, I could hit this if I got close enough.
Detect magic. Does this thing detect this magic? Because if it's a trap, it gets to say, no, I'm a trap. I'm disguised for magic because reasons.
Teehee.
I mean, I get why. The circle is definitely magic. Conjuration.
Ooh. So
Summoning
conjuring
circle, then.
something.
Actually, I know a lot about Arcana too. I'm
I
an
have to be
expert.
a little closer to do that anyway.
Because he read a whole bunch of books learning how to cast little fireball things.
I will cover you as you get closer.
Yeah.
Because we have 3 people who know magic here, and Ruby.
How does this ring work?
I have basic understanding, but I wouldn't be able to tell my arcane from my divine.
So
Know that much.
I just got it. I was just called by Paizo, and they told me this trap was not supposed to be visible. I'm like, why did you put it on the map in that case? But all right.
They just like
Thanks,
told you
Paizo.
to say that they were watching.
Then no, we do not know that this is here.
Point is, there's this fancy circle of runes, and Astrax get close to it, and nothing seems to happen. So he's like, might not even work anymore.
I mean, I'm sure as hell not gonna touch it.
No, he's not gonna touch it because again, I'm not gonna have NPCs fuck you over when they have this big brain.
I mean, we could do what we did at the Druid encampment. Just F it up.
Well, the books are mostly just random assorted religious doctrine. There are a few books that look like they might be worth a bit of money if you can find a collector for them. They appear to be about some sort of lizard thing. Ugh.
I'm surprised they're not like horribly damaged from the seawater.
Well, you know, some people like to enhance their books to be resistant to things like
Yeah,
seawater.
like even at this distance.
Here you go, a religious text on someone called Bukruk. Each is worth 250, and there's 6 of them once you've gathered them all up. In addition, you notice a couple of paperweights, which, because Allure is like scanning the area, will discover that they actually contain mutagens.
Well.
Eee.
To be specific, and they might come in useful. Moderate sea touch. They'll help you with water.
I don't think we'll have anything to do with water.
Yeah, there's no chance. Not in this flooded cave.
To be fair, even if those runes were invisible, who the hell walks straight through the center of the room when you've got bookcases to your left and right when you enter? That just feels a little too... Oh, if you're trying to defend your books, wouldn't you put the circle in front of the bookcase that has the most expensive books? You know, to guarantee the treasure hunters make a fuck up.
Unless it's a big damage spell that could actually, threaten the books.
It's conjuration, so it probably conjures something.
Yeah.
Or maybe it
conjure
just
something.
teleports you out into the middle of the ocean.
Oh, that'd just be rude.
Nah, that's
Also,
just a
I'm a
great
guess.
trap. Now they're out there and they can't find their way back. And they might
I'm a
drown.
guess for a second. Do that.
Well, since you're not, you know...
Yeah, they're out there in the ocean. Sure hope they can swim for the next 12 hours.
Shit sucks when you're in the ocean. Let's leave it at here for now, shall we?
Okay.
Fair enough.
I played
And
Nautica. I know the lesson of the ocean is that it really doesn't want us out there.
Yeah. The lesson of Subnautica is don't go in the goddamn ocean, idiot.
Speaking of which, they apparently just put out an announcement saying they were searching for people to help program the new one.
gosh.
So, in about a year, I can go back to being scared of the ocean.
Hooray.
No.
Because I just
Love
finished playing through the first one, and I'm 2/3 of the way through Below Zero.
Heck yeah.
Actually,
Love those games.
I adore them.
Yeah, me
I had the best moment in Below Zero, though, Dizzy.
Yeah?
I went to the Crystal Caves for the first time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like how just saying that tells people what happened.
Yeah, I have a gist of let's get what happened.
So I got in there with my prawn suit, and I'm getting all the
Oh.
magnetite because I need it, right?
Yeah.
And I pop out of my prawn suit, I swim over to pick up some, and as soon as I get there, I look in front of me, and the Shadow Leviathan starts going towards me. And I swim back, I get in the prawn suit. The instant I get into the prawn suit, it grabs the suit and starts attacking. I was like a quarter second from death.
Rawr.
That
Roar.
thing scared the hell out of me.